93% of people buy stock incorrectly. And if you don't want to be one of those people, this video is going to show you how to not only buy stock, but to get paid to buy stock. That is a killer thing, and it changes the way you make money on an infinite basis when you do that. If you're in your 30s, you want to retire young, you want to be able to retire into financial independence and have real growing passive income, then I believe that this video will show you how you can do that and how you can do that and grow your money at a rate of 15 to 60% a year annually. I do it on a regular basis, have been doing it for years now, and you can utilize these right at the end of this video as long as you have a brokerage account. So the first thing is, how would you, again, like to get paid to buy stock? Because that's what Buffett does. That's what a lot of other wealthy people do. But that's not what the public is taught to do. The public is taught to save, use your savings to buy investments. And it just gets all screwed up when inflation is so high, when the economy is kind of out of whack, and your savings, you never really get to save enough to buy a decent enough amount of stock. You got to change the way you're doing things, and I want you to succeed. So let's get paid to buy stock by using cash secured puts. Cash secured puts are a simple way to buy stock if you know you want to own a stock and you have the money in your account to own at least 100 shares of XYZ company. Why not get paid to buy it? You find a stock that you know you already want to own that has good quality options that are going to pay you a nice premium. Because the way cash secured puts work is you sell a put, you get paid the premium, which is the option price, which is the option that you're selling it at. You always buy at the ask and you sell at the bid. So you're getting paid the bid price of the option. That's your premium. And you get paid right then when you write the put. It is an incredible way to make money, and we'll show you an example here. Let's say you had a stock at $40 and you knew that that stock was worth way more than 40. But we don't want to buy the stock at market value. So we're going to write a put. We're going to sell a put option at $35 a share. The strike price, it's one strike price below where the current stock price is. Okay? The idea is that you're always going to write the put at least 1 month out in time to give you an expiration that will hopefully expire worthless, because the idea is the stock never falls below 40 or never falls down below 35, and therefore the person you sold the put to doesn't exercise it and it expires worthless and you get to keep the premium. But if the put does for some reason fall below 35 within the window of the expiration of 30 days, then by the third Friday of that month that you sold the put option in, you're going to have to buy that stock that you wanted to own for less than 40. You're going to have to buy it at 35. What a shame. So right then and there, you already have a buffer, because let's say the stock jumps back up. Once it falls to 35, it turns back up to 40, 45. Well, you've already got a profit in that stock, and you own it. Now, the next piece, the second piece comes in if you own the stock. If you do get called out and you have the stock now bought in your portfolio, you can do what's called a covered call against that stock. A covered call is simply a covered call because you have the shares in your account to cover it. Now, you also get paid a premium when you write a covered call. So you get paid that money right then. Let's say the stock's at 40 and you write a covered call for 50. Okay? You're going to get paid a decent little premium, and then you've written it 1 month out in time, so you give yourself some time. Generally speaking, the stock won't rise that fast and it'll expire worthless, and you get to keep the premium and the stock. Let's say another scenario, if you bought the stock at 35 and it rose to 45, then you could write a covered call for 50 and it rose into 55. Now you get called out at 50. That sounds like a bummer, but let's think about this. You got the premium from the call that you wrote. And then you've got the price profit of the stock going from 35 to 45 to 50. And then you got called out. So $15 a share of profit plus the premium, and you sold the stock. And you've also made money on the cash secured put that you sold before. And now you can turn right around and maybe sell another put on that stock. And this is how you churn money out of a stock. The idea here is just not to be one of those people waiting to have enough money to buy XYZ stock. The idea here is to utilize this to find stocks that are low priced enough that fit your current money, and that you can start doing this right now. And as you grow your money, you can buy more quality and more quality companies. Just make sure the stock has a nice option that you can write, preferably weekly, so you can do this weekly, and you can churn money out of your stock portfolio moving forward. I also love the fact about this strategy that there's never something you can't do to basically print money from your investments. And a lot of people just sit by and hold, and they're always up and down based upon whether the market's a bull market, they're super happy. If the market's a bear market, they're gritting their teeth, they lost so much money. If you utilize options in tandem with stock, you can basically control how your portfolio does. And that being said, this third option, and I talk about all this stuff in my newsletter, comment below lifestyle. If you really want to change your life and build financial independence, you can join the newsletter. It's free. And I just talk about everything I do because I do this regularly. I manage money for my family, and this is how I earn my living, okay? The reality of most people's investments is they don't do the first two things, cash secured puts or covered calls, but then they also don't protect their downside when the market tanks. Right now, as I record this, from mid-February to March, and we're just starting to see a little uptick. We had a huge downturn in the market. A lot of people called it a bear market. I would have called it a crash because it had a more than 10% decline at a really quick time period. And it could be considered a small bear market, but the reality of it is you could have protected your stock. Not by doing anything other than by selling puts. Or by buying puts, sorry. The reality of buying put options is that if you own 100 shares of General Motors, that company in a crash is going to tank maybe $5, $10, $15 a share. You lose all that you've gained in your position over the years because nothing ever rises as fast as it falls. But if you buy a put option, you own 100 shares, right? You buy 2 contracts of puts, which will cost you way less than you think. Then the put option, the profit in the put as it goes down, is going to outweigh the decline in the stock that you had because of the number of contracts versus the number of shares. And a lot of times, I give you a little hint, a lot of times my put profit exceeds the downturn, and I have an actual profit in the put, and when I sell it, I take that money, I put it in my investment account, and I wait until I'm ready to buy more stock, and I have more money to buy more stock with. These 3 strategies, when you combine them together, allow you to be a powerhouse to be reckoned with and allow you to control your investments in a way that most people with their financial advisors and all their degrees cannot do. You can't control the market, and you are never going to be able to minimize all risk. But these 3 things will allow you to buy when you have little money, to print money from your stock, and if you have to sell your stock, to be able to buy it back again, and also when you own your stock, to protect yourself during huge market downturns. I'm not talking about downturns of a few days. I'm talking about weeks of down. It's when you use the put option strategy for protecting. It's kind of like having insurance for your stock. Now, again, I would love to hear from you. Comment below how you're going to benefit from this, how you think you can use it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, join my newsletter, Comment Lifestyle, and we'll talk. I want you to realize that you, as the investor out there, can build yourself into whatever financial situation you want if you utilize the tools that are in front of you and for everyone.